Hey guys, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Saturday, March 30th. Hope you're holding strong in this new emerging asset class that is cryptocurrencies. I have a topic here I want to discuss with you guys, and that is, are we in a bull market? But first and foremost, this is not financial or investment advice. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Also smash the like button. Now, guys, as you know, when talking about investing and markets and so forth, we are not dealing with certainties. We are dealing with probabilities, right? We're looking at percentages because no one can accurately predict the future, even if you're using technical analysis and so forth. There are too many variables. However, like I said, probabilities. It could be a high probability, maybe a 90%, 95% probability, that type of thing, but no one can with 100% certainty say, well, this is going to happen. So we got to look at, the many different facts and signals and so forth and make an educated guess. So there's been a lot of talk and a lot of people saying, it seems like we are in a bull market. I personally think we're not fully there yet. I think we're at the cusp of getting into a bull market. Now, some principles to outline before we go further. We know markets move in cycles. You have your bull markets, you have your bear markets. And many times these cycles have to take a long time to complete, right? There's sometimes years in between a bull and a bear market. And when you had a parabolic run up like we did in December 2017, a very significant bull run, you're going to have a long correction, which we're in right now. Now, I believe we're past the capitulation phase. I believe we're just coming out of the depression phase, but we're not in a full-on rally bull market yet. I think, like I said, we're at the cusp. We're almost there. And some things that we've noticed, or I should say, people in the market have noticed, for example, and we're going to look at Bitcoin here because the market moves with Bitcoin, but there's some bear whales that looked, I think they tried to dump on the market to drive the prices lower. But what we saw over the month of March is that there were some, solid rebounding. So, when the prices were around 3,900 and so forth, there was a big dump that took place around March 4th, took us down to 3,700. And then we recovered and we went to just over 4,000 guys. And then we had your minor corrections and so forth. Then we went back up over 4,000 again. Then there was a big sell-off, a big dump again, and drove us down to the 3,900 mark. But the great thing is we recovered right away. There wasn't like this long, prolonged, downward trend, I should say, after that dump. Because keep in mind, there are crypto whales that are manipulating the market. Some are bear whales, some are bull whales, right? And I see now it seems like the bulls are winning this battle, and some other things that have really kind of showed us that maybe we're wrapping up on that bear market. The CBOE halted their Bitcoin futures, right, as of March. So that was an interesting and unforeseen move. And then we saw some launches from big players like your Fidelity and so forth. So we started seeing more positive news coming out in the market, not so much negative, right? A lot of launches, a lot of investing, a lot of mergers, acquisitions, and so forth. So look at this headline here on CNBC. Fidelity's new cryptocurrency company is up and running despite a bear market for digital coins. This was published on the 8th of March. So once again, we have some signals, some recoveries, some dumps, which is a great sign. CBOE halting Bitcoin futures, and we have launches and a lot of investing and building out and launching of services that are taking place. And when I mentioned at the beginning of the video where we see people are talking about, oh, we're in a bull market or this is happening, whatever. Now, I'm not going to use Rand Neuner at all as a signal, but I just want to give you just so you see what I'm talking about when I say people are saying that we're in a bull market. Rand is just a specific example, well-known, obviously CNBC crypto trader host, but we're seeing statements from different YouTubers and, like I said, different people in the market. But I don't think we are in a bull market yet. I think we're at the cusp. We're at the just coming out of the depression, right? And no, I'm not in the disbelief phase. I'm not saying that the bull market is not around the corner. I think it is. I think we just got to let it play out a bit, give it a bit more time. But we're at the cusp, guys, and I think we'll maybe in another month or 2 months we could come out of it. Here's the problem, though, guys, and we've talked a lot about it. Because there's manipulation. Let's say a group of crypto bear whales, right? Who are bearish, go ahead and dump again on Bitcoin to try to drive the price down. Could the crypto whale bulls pull it back up? I don't know. Could it drive the prices even further down? That is possible. So you have these factors, variables, these outliers that technical analysis and many different things cannot account for. But also keep in mind that these whales, they're not dummies. They also follow the technical analysis. So they know if a certain trend line is coming up, or a certain resistance level is coming up, they will dump at that point, because they know the technical analysis community will follow suit. It'll cause a ripple effect, right? Where people are going to get bearish, and then the shorts open again, and so forth, right? There's a trickle effect from that. So they know how to play this. And also keep in mind the bots. There's a lot of bot trading that's happening, where if like I said, going back to the technical analysis, if the bear whale dumps at a certain point when it's Bitcoin price is supposed to go up, but instead it went down, let's say you didn't break the resistance level, whatever it is, right? They're going to follow that trend. So you got to keep in mind these different factors. So that's why I want to let it play out. But I still think this is a good sign that these dumps recovered really well. And obviously we're, over 4,100, which is a great sign. But let's see how things progress. It's hard to predict these things, but we can make an educated guess, which is what I'm doing here. Something I also took a look at, guys, I use this site called socialmention.com. What it does, you can throw in any specific topic in here, and it will give you the sentiment around that topic. Negative to positive, the strength, the passion, the reach. So I threw in crypto. And right now, it says the sentiment is the ratio of mentions that are generally positive to those that are negative. So 7-1, which is interesting. So as you can see here, so that's a good sign. It looks like people are getting more positive. The sentiment is changing, right? But that doesn't mean that we are in a bull market. These things happen in stages, right? It doesn't happen overnight, and it can take over a year to get to its full peak. So it has to happen in stages, but it's good to see that people's sentiment around this, and this is over the last month, by the way, this data. So this is a good sign. Neutral is 26, positive 7, negative is 1 here as far as the calculation. When you throw in Bitcoin, though, the sentiment is 1-to-1. It's very close. So for example, the positive is a 9, the negative is a 10, neutral is 88. So it looks like, things are moving in the right direction from a sentiment standpoint. People are being more positive. And as you, case in point, we are in a bull market, Mr. Rand Neuner, right? Now, like I said, I'm not using this. I wouldn't go off of this guy. This could be a sell signal right here, because you have a CNBC guy, tweeting something like this. So you got to understand the game that's being played here, right? But if we look at least at the charts and some of the data and how Bitcoin has recovered from these dumps, that's a great sign. Keeping in mind, the psychology chart here, I think we're just coming out of the depression phase, and it looks like generally, the consensus here is a positive sentiment. So let's let it play out, guys. I wouldn't say we're in a bull market yet, but I think we're at the cusp of it. We are about to cross that line. It might happen in a month's time, in 2 months' time, but I think it's right around the corner. But guys, what do you think? Like I said, no one can 100% accurately with 100% certainty say we are, but what do you think? What do you guys think? I want to hear your thoughts. Leave them below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. Thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.